Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Rocket Monday, we're going to talk about VAST space. Actually, the company name is just VAST. So let's dive deep into it. So VAST is basically a response to a reality. Reality is that ISS has reached its expiry date. There were way too many bad things happening to it. For example, it took way longer to build simply because space shuttle was not as high throughput as people expected. Original dreaming of NASA was that space shuttle could launch almost 2 times a month. The best they got was 2 times a year. So yeah, it freaking took 10 years to complete, even though it was just like modules and assembly. So that ate up its first resource. Second, most of the hardware, the actual structure, was designed for 30 years. They have reached that point and crossed that point long ago. So at this point in time, the core structure is fatigued. Now you're like, wait a minute, how can something that is floating in space can be fatigued? Well, you're docking to it, you're going wabam into it, thrusters firing, gyroscopes moving, all of those motions put strain, and it's a 600-ton object. And again, inertia is still there, so it has like a lot of movement and people moving around, bouncing around, all of that. And again, you must have seen astronauts working. All that system requires a lot of magnetism. Magnetism. I'm saying a lot of suspension to make sure that vibration does not travel. Because again, if they did that, the solar panels will literally flutter like this and break apart. So it's a very strenuous structure. All that minor inconvenience. The major inconvenience is heating and cooling, the day and night cycle. Now, like, wait a minute, it's in space. How day and night? Yeah, when it goes to the sun, it gets cooked. When it goes into the shade, it gets frozen. And again, that happens multiple times a day, meaning even a Earth structure does not have to handle that kind of strain. It goes deep fried, frozen, deep fried, frozen, and that over time fatigues all the metal structure. And Russian structures, which were the first, they are reaching a point where they're just leaking too much. There's like, bro, we can't strain too much. And Russia is like, yeah, 2028 maximum, we done, we out after that. And even NASA, and again, be mindful, it should have been decommissioned by now, but things did not go as expected. So at this point in time, NASA is in a critical state, as in even the American sections, they are like, nah, bruh, after 2030, we can't trust this to have humans inside safely. So fundamentally, NASA needs a replacement ASAP. So they created what we call commercial LEO destination. Now you have to understand this. NASA is acting in a very wise way. The whole America lost its manufacturing because they did not maintain the supply chain. And NASA knows this. If they shut off all this basically ISS, hundreds and thousands of small suppliers who are only like, what is your main contract dealing with ISS? There are so many companies like that, and they have very specialized, very precise, like there are not that many companies like, oh, we are building spacesuit. That does not exist. So fundamentally, there are so many subcontractors and sub-suppliers, they will disappear overnight if ISS goes away. So NASA has to make sure under no circumstances there is a scenario where you have a gap. Gap cannot exist. And again, some people will say that was the reason why LOPG was floated. It's just like you won't have a gap and it will be pushed. It's like, no, they have to make sure under no circumstances any of these basically very niche manufacturers go out of business. Because again, if they do, you will lose overnight all the talent. And a few days after that, China really would be the masters. So fundamentally, they want to make sure all the subsystems remain in USA. So commercial LEO destination was created. Now let that be very clear. This is the prime contractor money for orbital reef from Axiom Space. Now VAST did wanted to do that, but that time they were not ready, so they missed the round one funding, phase one funding of it. So they're like, okay, we're gonna privately fund it. So they gathered together a small amount of money, $1 billion. Now, yeah, that is small given the fact that one of these has Jeff Bezos. So yeah, that is like chump change. Even Axiom, because again, it has NASA's money, so 1 billion is not that big of a deal, but it's more than good enough to get the ball rolling. And their core aim is to reach space, like do this puppy. That's the whole point. Do this. One thou shall do this. Now, why thou shall do this? Simply because there is another round of funding that will happen in CLD. Now, CLD phase 2, if they can actually launch something, it would be much better compared to all these fundings, because again, the fundings are based on milestone. Can you actually prove it? Can you actually demonstrate it? They're like, yeah, we have a space station ready. That's like, shut up, take money. So for that, that's their aim. That's why they are like going all in. So this is VAST. Now let's understand Haven 1. This is their first puppy. Now they are completely focused on one thing: go. There is nothing else. So single launch self-sustainable station, meaning they are taking a look at Falcon 9, how big the payload is, how big the payload fairing is, the end, fit everything inside it. There is no docking, there is no this and that, nothing. It's just like one, the end, go home. If everything is designed very specifically for that one goal. One rocket, one launch, one station in space, the end. And the launch target is no earlier than May 2026, and this has to be done so they can be damn sure about CLP phase 2. And they have also dealt with the rocket, as in like which rocket you're going to use. Falcon 9, they have also booked a slot, so May 2026 is no earlier than slot, so slot booking is also done. And what is the aim, like how would they prove it, what is their selling point to NASA? Selling point to NASA is short duration stay, meaning you can launch Dragon capsule, you can have 4 puppies and they can stay in space for 30 days. Generally they will not push them to 30 days, but that's the target. That's the life support system, the water recycling system, the consumables, all of those. And be mindful, it has only one dock, so everything that they are carrying, that's what they are carrying. So fundamentally that's the aim point of it. It's just that logistically it's not designed to handle very long stay. It's more of like, this is a new company, but this is not talking out of their ass. They are actually building it. They're actually like, if they say they can do life support, here's the proof. If they can do water recycling, here's the proof. If they can do atmospherics, here's the proof. Here, space cooling and all that, here's the proof. And again, that's the only thing missing in them. I have not seen any radiator design. Maybe because they have such a low stay, maybe they not require it, but that's there. So they have life support, and again because they want to milk profit out of it, be mindful, this is NASA's requirement that CLP contractors should be in such a way that if NASA goes kaput, the whole station should not go kaput. Meaning same way in commercial supplies, NASA will only give you 50% of your budget, not 100%. Meaning if you say I need $4 billion for this project, NASA will only give you $2 billion, and other $2 billion has to come through private equity, and you have to basically validate it. You have to be like, hey, there is a business case to it. You cannot be like NASA's money only. You cannot be SLS. You cannot be James Webb Telescope. It has to have like actual tangible way of making money. So NASA should be seed funding, not like I'm carrying the whole team. That's the whole aim of commercial systems. So Starlink is very important because that allows them very high degree of automation. That allows a lot of manufacturing right now. And people want to do manufacturing. There are specific crystals that can only be grown in 0G. People are like lined up, like if you can provide the service, people are like, sure to take money. Then why we are not doing it? There is no structure of doing it. Right now somebody's like, hey, what if we have a small capsule? And we say it's a small capsule. It's like, what if we send to ISS? Yeah, booking is in years advance. It's like, what if we did it in orbital if it's not ready? So they're like, hey, what if we do some one launch, the end. You have a system, you have mild robotics, you can put your system, slowly grow it, and people will keep going there regularly. So you can have like, hey, mission 1 happens, they will set up all the mission parameters and all that jazz, all the experiments and all that, and mission 2 that will happen like 6 to 9 months later, they can go there and retrieve the let's say fresh batch of growth crystal, and then they're gonna recharge the system for next cycle, and they can keep doing it. So that's how they can make the profit. But again, if you have that much robotics, you have to have a good data throughput. ISS was not designed for that. It got like bolted on parts to deal with this. This puppy, day 1 is Starlink go home. And again, that's why it has such a ginormous solar capacity, 13 kilowatt, which again for like one small puppy is huge. 13 kilowatt of system. And they have a thrusters into it. Now again, almost all space stations have thrusters. Most have a hypergolic. They are doing something very different. They are doing storable safe propellant, which is weird. So they have nitrous oxide, meaning if it leaks inside of space station, laughing gas, you can be knocked out. And again, overdose is a thing, but far safer compared to carcinogenics that we use. And ethane, you can drink it otherwise, but you can drink it. I think you might go blind, but you get the point. So safe, they're using safe propellant, and I think that's how they're making sure all the propellant tanks are inside the space vessel without causing hazard to it. But again, that does come with a penalty. Your ignition system must be good. If it's not good, you do not have the hypergolic touching and making love and going boom boom. So you do have that penalty. But again, it's a bold thing. And again, I rather have safe propellants near people rather than, oh, if it leaks, God help you. So that's the whole point of it. And 3-year lifespan, because again, this puppy will also go through sun and shade, sun and shade, sun and shade. So they are designing the lifespan to 3 years. So here, there. So 3 years, and few crew missions should happen. This is their current timeline. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're expecting at least 4, and one of them they will actually spin the puppy, or like a Skylab. They will actually try to spin it. I'm like, damn, that's like damn. So that's Haven 1, basically a proof of concept. And like, we have big rockets that shall make a giant space station in one go. And what about internal space? It's actually decent. Like, it's actually decent. But again, be mindful, it's only designed for 4 people. So from 4 people point of view, it's decent, and it even has a window. So decent. Everything about this is decent. So what were the progress? Any Tom, Dick and Harry can claim. So progress is, this puppy was founded by Jeddah in 2021. So not that long ago. And they started partnership with SpaceX, as in like, okay, booking a rocket September 2022. That was fast. And Impulse Space is the puppy who are providing the thrusters. So RCS thrusters, SAIPH, and that happened in May 2023. Things are moving, and they built the Pathfinder, this puppy, primary structure by 2024. And be mindful, this is tested by NASA, meaning they built it and sent to NASA. NASA is like, I got you, I'm going to test it, and it cleared the testing, meaning the structure is sound, which again, it's inherently simple design. And again, they do not even have docking on both sides. They have docking only in one side. So, and again, you want that because that gives them, if in case life support fails in the space station, the Dragon can take over for short duration, at least more than enough, whereas like, okay, come to this, suit up, do emergency descent. So that's the good point. And they're specifically focusing on doing everything in-house. They have learned their lesson from pandemic. So they're like, no, everything. And I love the engineer who said a very clever line is like, we do womb to tomb. Meaning from start, as in like aluminum billets, to actual thing that will go into space, everything done in-house. Which again, it's not impossible or not unheard of, but it's rare for a small startup company. Heck, they're even building the actual battery module. Of course, they must be buying cells from someone else, let's say Panasonic or Sony or LG, but they're building the battery box in-house, which generally most people outsource. So that's a very unique approach. And again, they're very clear about it. If we do not have it, we will have too much vulnerability to time slips. And given the fact that there is an absolute deadline, they must do this. And they started with like 150 to 100 people. And then now they're at around 800 to 900 people. And solar panel, who is providing that? Yeah, solar panel is an expensive puppy, and they want to keep things small and light. So they're using triple junction solar panels. So the company that is providing that is DHV Technology. So it's a company. So you can see, like, it's a very focused company, very focused. It's like, I want this, the end. It's not like, oh, we had this design, then we changed it. No. This is what we want, the end. Almost like how SpaceX used to be in the early days, where it's like, our job is to get commercial resupply, the end. So we build Falcon 1, we'll build Falcon 5, we'll build Falcon 9. They build Falcon 1, it's like, cool, awesome. They're like, yeah, you yeet Falcon 5 and do Falcon 9 directly. So this company gives that kind of aura where everything is like, this is what we are doing, this is the deadline, and we are actually moving surprisingly good. The only thing I'm not saying is like how the heck they're cooling it. But it's like, other than that, everything else is fine. So now be mindful, that thing is a test thing. And again, you must have seen it's not designed for crew to be there 24/7. ISS is a permanent habitat, permanent space hotel, so to say. So Haven 2 is the actual replacement. And Haven 2's idea is that it should start launching the first big modules by 2028, meaning by 2030. By the time when ISS has to be said goodbye or buried in ocean, which again, I am genuinely unhappy with that. It's like, why you want to do something stupid? Put some thrusters, put it in higher orbit, and just forget about it. Like, it's a very good human collaboration story. Do not just like put it in ocean. So the idea is that if Haven 2 works as expected, they should have at least 2 or 4 modules ready to go as in like actually docked in space. So that will be like, Haven 2 is much bigger deal, much bigger, because again, it's the actual replacement. It's not a proof of concept. It's like, nah, this is the big puppy. So this puppy, how big? Well, it goes from 10-meter length to 16 meters, so long puppy. And it's also heavy puppy. It goes from 15 to 29 tons, and 45 cubic meters of useful space to 55. The space is not going because it has so many extra things added to it. And the only rocket that can launch it is SpaceX Falcon Heavy as of now. The only option. No, nothing else is there. And again, this company is very wise in that. It's not like, okay, what if Vulcan is ready? Nah, it's no. What if New Glenn is ready? Nah. What if Starship is? Nah. It's like what is actually available. We'll design everything according to that. Although I'm a bit unsure, like can this puppy actually fit in Falcon Heavy, because Falcon Heavy in principle has a lot of power. It's just that second stage is same second stage as Falcon 9. So I'm not sure whether it will be able to handle like 30 tons of load. But again, I've heard a lot of times people are like they have to upgrade it. They are building newer fairings. Maybe SpaceX had a communication with them. It's like, yeah, we have something in the pipeline. It will be ready. People might not even notice. Oh, it's a higher performance variant second stage that can do some heavy lifting. So because again, 29 tons is like, ooh, and you're like 60 ton. Yeah, you can't put 60 ton on the rocket, because if you do, the second stage will collapse. It's not designed to handle that. So they might require some bit more modifications. And it will have dual pocket, because even this one is designed such a way that you're gonna kaput all of them. And it's gonna basically start with assembly points, meaning there will be a lot of places where robotic arm can latch onto, like how we have Canadarm. Without that, you can't actually have a space station. So you have to have that. That's there. And first point is back to back. And after they have launched enough modules, they're going to launch this puppy, which is the core module, Haven core module. Now, this core module will allow them to switch to the final configuration. This is not a stable configuration because you only get to 2 docking ports possible, and that's not desirable. Here you can have 4 or 2 or 3, and again people can move in and out much more quickly, and this puppy will have far more radiators. So that's there. And again, they have much better, like this is a much better final stage design. So that's what they are aiming for. And this can support 24/7 into 365, meaning this will be built in such a way that you can have people in there and crew can rotate through it inside and out. How many people? Well, 12 people. And permanent occupancy, that's the core design of this. Right now what they are designing in such a way that, like, again, it can work, it will do everything, but if anything goes kaput, Dragon is like, I'm a time tested system, I can bring you back. Here they should not have to worry about that. It's like, yeah, you can do. I'm pretty sure they will still have Dragon capsule docked as an emergency lifeboat, but that's the whole point of it. So this is Haven 2, much more robust, much more. This is where we're gonna actually do. This is the final price which NASA is paying for. NASA is not paying for the Haven 1. NASA is supposed to pay for Haven 2 if Haven 1 goes to the orbit and does not go kaput. So what can we expect in the future? Well, reality is this company is moving very fast. For something that started in 2021, this is damn fast. This is not just like, no, this is like yeet fast. This is very fast. And they have very clear aim. This is also like, if you want to make sure your company moves very fast, this is the easiest way. Make sure they know what they're doing. It's like, this is what we are doing, the end, go home. So that's there. That's very fast. And proof of concept is much better than all these other options where you have Axiom. We're going to do this. It's like, yeah, where is it actually? And we're going to do this. And orbital refuel, we're going to do this. It's like, where is it? Are you waiting for 2 inbuilt rockets that are not ready? So fundamentally, this approach is far more what you call thorough, where it's like, now what do we have right now? Like, let's not design something for Starship. Let's design something for Falcon 9, which we can book, which we had book. So this is far more what you call proof of concept that is actually useful, rather than if this then that. If Vulcan rocket is ready, then we can do this. If basically New Glenn is ready, we can do this. Nah, no CGI render. It's like, this is the hardware, take it and go. So that's much more thorough, much more precise, so to say. And only rockets that are active, even Falcon Heavy, which again does not have the same cadence, but they do not supposed to launch like, every 5 days. The target gap is like 6 months. So Falcon Heavy is like, that can be done without too much issue. And keeping most things in-house is very wise. Like, for example, this is the solar panel. I'm like, wait a minute, why the heck it's glowing? Yeah, if triple junction solar panel at specific voltage and specific currents, you can make them glow. And why would you want to do that? Well, it glows uniformly. That means every cell is balanced. If something grows, like cracks shows up or some dimming happens, you can basically, this is the easiest way of inspecting solar panel. Do not do it unless you know what you're doing. Don't do this. I'm pretty sure this glow is this bright only in triple junction panels. And again, all the testing they're doing in-house, that's the easiest way to make sure that things go. It's not just like, oh, we're waiting on that. Oh, we are waiting. Like, you can see CRS Space is dealing with so much trouble. It's like all the things they're doing in-house, it's really wise. It's like, yeah, we know what we are doing. And they are taking 2030 deadline seriously. I have seen so many companies, we're going to do this. It's like, nah. You just like blah, blah, blah. No, They are the only one where it's like, no, they're moving, they're like hauling ass. They're like, yeah, here's a billet of material, here's the billet of material cut, here's the structure design, here's is going to NASA, here's is getting tested, here's what we are doing, here's the life support system, here's the battery box, everything. They're hauling ass. That's good. So I do expect this company, assuming, knock on wood, nothing bad happens, they can actually do it. Now, will be able to meet all the deadlines? That would be a miracle if they did, but even few months of delay would be like negligible. And again, it would be NASA. What NASA is actually trying, or what American government is trying, is actually very thoughtful. Ironically, the idea is you remove NASA. Basically, NASA will become like a mentor, a steering wheel, uh, entities like who provides talent, where it's like, we have astronauts, go. We do not build things. NASA, basically they want to remove building toolkit from NASA. They're like, no, you cannot build things, you're not good with money. And again, everybody knew about this, warned about this, that how badly NASA run basically James Webb telescope. It was going to happen. You cannot say to the Congress, is like, we're gonna build this telescope for 500 million. It's like, yes, I'm not joking, that was the original tie. They're like, no, 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 sir, we messed up, so it's gonna be 1 billion. And then 1 billion became 10 billion. Yeah, that cannot happen. You cannot just go and it's like, oh, NASA is pooping the bed because we could not figure out how to build SLS launch tower. I'm not even joking. Or don't talk about the rocket. The launch tower is LOL. If NASA cannot even handle that, it's like, yeah, bro, we're gonna remove all that. So the aim is that America will have catalog, meaning NASA wants to go to the moon, they're gonna pick up the phone and there will be 10 companies. Sir, we can give you this much. Sir, we can give you this much. 10 companies for lunar deployment. It's like, we need to do something in 0G. Boom, pick up the phone. There should be at least, hopefully, 3 space station ready to go. No, don't worry about it. It's like, we got this, we good. Like, we good, or at least one. And again, same goes with SpaceX. Like, to pick up the phone, SpaceX is like, yeah, we busy, man. Other companies should be there, be it Blue Origin, be it ULA, whatever have you, Rocket Lab, whatever have you. So what America is actually trying to do is very far out. The idea is that by 2030s, or like, let's just say early 2040s, they will be in a position that space would be industry there. Industry, like a whole industry. And this time they will not lose the manufacturing thing, how they lost it to China. They're like, nah, space, you come to America. It's like, you can go to China, good luck, but you come to America when you want to launch next day. So it's a very good thing. And again, if this company can deliver, that would be amazing. So this was my presentation on vast space. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon for free. And as always, thanks for watching.